Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the Vault. Trust Christian, know nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live or listening in the replay. Always appreciate our live listeners or everyone that listens in the replay. It's always appreciated and really excited to do this episode. Today's episode is going to be about episode 155, Recession Planning. We're talking with our trading partner here today as well. Someone that actually has a recession-proof business that they manage, which is awesome. So I guess we have the quintessential person that would be on the line that says, hey, this is why one of the businesses that I participate in is recession-proof, and that's partially because what? It's the market. Well, guess what? The market's running through the recession. So to have someone on the line that is able to acquire assets in even a recession, that shows that you're able to acquire what's considered valuable goods, what's basically considered money, and so you're the perfect person to talk to. So we do appreciate you for being on the line with us today, Cornell.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we definitely want to go ahead and highlight that Cornell has a trading webinar coming up. It is $300. You guys can look at the flyer that you all can get at. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to post it here. I didn't download it, but if you all would like to get the flyer to it, just feel free to email christian@trustchristian.com. Once again, that's christian@trustchristian.com, and once again, we'll give you all the email and the flyer. You all can get in contact with Cornell with the trading webinar. Once again, this is going to be a trading webinar. It means you can trade in all markets. We're still looking to even talk to some people that were dealing with some options and things of that nature, just to see their markets and see what the charts look like. But excited nonetheless. It's going to be the 7th and 8th, or the 8th and the 9th.
Let's look and see.
Yeah. It's the 7th and 8th. So the 7th and 8th of September.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday at 7 and 8.
Yes. And you all can email for more details. Outside of price being $300, you get 2 days of 3 hours plus each day. So really excited about that. Feel free to email us, Christian@trustchristian, if you want to do it. This has been just a joyride with Cornell when it comes to dealing with the recession-proof business. We jump straight into it. If there's recession planning and you're in a recession-proof business, could you talk about that business actually making it through the market? What would be considered a recession? How are you able to profit on the market going down? No, here we go. There's everybody out here buying these stocks. So when people buy stocks traditionally, they buying it to go up. Correct, Cornell?
Yep. They go up.
Okay. Now, we get these guys that we run across every day. Oh, I bought some of the stock because it went down. That's what it's gonna do. But these guys are anticipating it doing what? Going up. That's where they make their money. Only on the up. Only. These guys don't have diversified knowledge based on making money when it goes down. They only make money when it goes up. And think about the returns. When do they get their returns? So we're not going to talk about those guys. We want to talk about how are you able to generate it on a down, Cornell? What is that like?
The same as going up.
Wow. This guy, recession planning.
I hate to say it, but even when I talk to my buddies, I tell them, like, I ain't trying to make it sound bad, but this is what the bank doing. Y'all 401k money. It go up, down. I get to talking to people that work. They know I'm telling the truth. Okay, the market was down. Yeah, the market was down. My 401k took a hit. I ain't made no money. The bank still made money off your money. But everybody go off the internet. Everybody go off words. Oh, Christian, don't worry about that. It's going to balance out. We got you in these mutual funds. They really don't gain till after 10 years. They sitting there using your money and making money. They putting you off. And they might not even gain none of that money back, depending on how many rash decisions they make. So when people start sitting, I'm telling them, oh, man, I ain't trying to buy no stocks, bro. Huh? Nah, I tell you, when your 401k taking a hit, that's when I'm making the most money. When that market going down, I'm probably making money way quicker than when it was going up. I don't care about buying a holding position. And it blows people's mind. So see, you turn a shoulder that you think you know everything, but you really don't. And you don't want to go learn nothing. So there are recession-proof business. This is a recession-proof business. Stock market ain't going nowhere. Stock market goes somewhere, all y'all ain't gonna be working. Ain't no money gonna move all over the world. It's never going anywhere. This how the world operates. Instead of buying stocks, we buy contracts. We make predictions. They make more money off predictions than stocks.
Wow, you just pointed out a skill that I don't think most people that are learning trading actually have to know. They don't think that they're predicting a price. And that you're literally, when you're in futures, why do you think they call it futures? Because you're predicting what's a future price. You know what I mean? That's just simple. Like, this is, like you say, it's common sense. Okay, and then when we get to the, what do they call it? That's the Forex. That's foreign exchange. They're seeing whose money is in more circulation than the other one. Who do you think has the largest supply of money in the world? Or one of them? The dollar. They have one of the largest supplies of their money in the world. Why wouldn't they have one of the top money supplies? But they're not number one. So trading with the dollar, you still have confidence. We've heard this for 10 years plus. Oh, the dollar's going to tank. The dollar's going to bubble down. It's going in a tank. We heard all these little pessimistic guys out here saying that. And where's the dollar at? Still standing strong. Number 3 on the charts. It doesn't have to be number 1. There's a lot of countries that have a lot of value in their money. Not too many, actually. There's a few. The ones that are in front of it. And the EU is breaking up with the other one. That's in number 1. So foreign exchange, you know, someone typed into the chat, options trading. Think about it. You're putting an option now on a future. You're putting an option now on a stock. An option? You know, and we say, what's recession-proof businesses? It's so interesting. I wonder if I should drop like $100 million dime a day. But there's definitely a lot of recession-proof businesses out there. And let's talk about some of those recession-proof or recession planning. What are some of the businesses you think, Cornell? You got any businesses off the top of your head?
The things people don't think about, like cleaning. I got another recession-proof business. Commercial cleaning, recession-proof.
Okay. That's a good one. What's interesting, okay, so you go commercial cleaning, I go commercial real estate.
Commercial real estate, yeah.
Commercial is still held by somebody.
Yep.
Commercial is still held by somebody. And they count depreciation. You know, they count depreciation. We don't hear anyone talk about depreciation. I don't hear it because the guys that aren't doing it aren't talking it. The guys that are doing it know about depreciation. So they're holding commercial properties, they're holding residential multi-unit properties. They're holding those properties, and they know that in a recession, they got Section 8. They already know. Hey, this person, they probably still go to work, but we at least know that they're going to be paying the rent. And we talked about this recently with some of the real estate mentors and team that we were. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah. It's recession-proof business. Once you know how to do it the correct way.
Correct. And even if it's not Section 8, we don't want to, we say HUD housing. You know, you all can look into HUD. I know sometimes maybe we need to be a little bit more detailed. And Cornell, we were talking about it, even going down to the city hall and being aware of community development programs and things of that nature. You all can see that very civilly, or go to the civic organizations, you all can see recession-proof opportunities, because these are opportunities that, you know, government may be subsidizing and things of that nature. So really excited about talking about these recession planning. One of the things we talked about was getting out of survival mode, and most no people are going to say get into thrive mode. That's traditional. Aren't going to say get into thrive mode, but we come from an environment as of recent in our lives, or good for a good period, that says you have to be in thrive mode. And even talking to, some trustees this past week, people having an abundance mentality. You can't have a lack mentality as an entrepreneur. Or do you have a lack mentality? Have you walked into any business, Cornell, with a lack mentality in any market? I mean, we've been in business for a while, but have you walked into any business with the lack mentality?
Oh no, you ain't finna make no money.
Right.
I don't think people get that. You want to be an entrepreneur, but do you really want to be an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur take work, take planning, take structure. I think with the internet fad, it made people get lazy. So you want everything quick. Guess what? Internet, point and click. Everybody ain't making money on the internet. There's a small percentage that's really making some money on the internet. So that mindset change, you want everything quick. Guess what? We holler about what we ain't got. The city planning meeting downtown in the county you're at is free. But you want to know what real investors do? They ain't count money on how fast they can put in their pocket. Oh, well, they finna build a new dome down here? Oh, here goes some houses for $4,000. I'm gonna buy them and just sit on 'em. In fact, I'm just gonna, every time I can get some spare money, buy stuff, because I know in 3 years, 4 years, it's gonna happen. I know people that just did that. Sat on houses, boom. Say the Benz Stadium got built, sat on the house 3 years. You wanna know why? Because they knew the city plans. Free me. Now, guess what? Some of you might have bought for 40,000, worth 400,000. Now you Airbnb it out, making a killing. Everything ain't a quick process. To get to the real money, you gotta think long term. You say you're trying to do something for your family, you should be thinking long term anyway.
When does recession planning start? It starts immediately that you know that you don't have enough. If you go down, how long will the bills get paid? That's what it comes down to.
You really need to lose the word, because I don't know what a recession is. That ain't just talking cocky. I make money all the time because I've done research. I have paid money for the proper training. I follow the money. The money is still moving. When y'all say it's a recession, I don't pay that no attention. Don't care what the interest rates or anything is, because I'm always still making money.
Right.
I'm not controlled by the TV media propaganda.
Wow.
And the word recession, guess what? Y'all start planning for a recession. Why am I planning for a recession? I just tell you what I was looking at a few minutes ago. Man, recession. Okay. And that's how you got to think if you're going to make it. You're not making it through because you're not thinking that way. You thinking of recession. They mention it. Oh, man. They right. The economy messed up. Man, I wouldn't even know the economy was messed up or not, because I'm focused on what I'm doing and I'm making money all the time. But hey, if y'all say it's messed up, more power to you, but I ain't studying.
Okay. I gotta go right in. The recession planning is you studying. Point blank period.
Point blank period.
You gotta study. What do you think you're gonna do for the rest of your life? If you're not trying to work with your hands and you're not trying to dig ditches, supposedly Americans are spoiled now and they don't want to dig ditches.
Yeah,
they don't want to pick strawberries, supposedly. They don't want to pick the corn that people are driving on. Supposedly, Americans. They say that they don't want to do those manual labor jobs. So now we get to the intellectual era and it requires more study. You can't just get a degree. Why? It's too many of those people graduating every year with the same thing. And it ain't enough people opening up businesses that are going to be profitable, have integrity, and actually go public to employ thousands of people. Where are those jobs at? Silicon Valley, Tech Valley. And so, Hollywood. Hollywood has so much opportunity on the production side. It's crazy. You know, of course, there's a ton of people that go to Hollywood with acting, but so much opportunity with production, digital graphics. You know, the internet businesses they can make it through recessions because that's where people are trying to put their money at right now. Everybody probably listening is, hey, if I could put my money in some internet business, it would be awesome. Yeah, right. And people are buying those tech stocks. Okay, so you guys are buying tech stocks. Here we go. Here's an example of what recession planning looks like from a corporate perspective. People are buying stocks, and Amazon and the rest of these Fortune 500s or FANG, they're actually buying back their stock. They're planning for theirs. So buying back their stock, when we talk about with the trading and going through trustee training, buying back their stock is them selling off their position. Would you agree, Cornell?
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're selling off their position. That means we don't want more exposure, so we're taking our money. Corporate buyback means they're buying back their stock. That means they're taking less in circulation. They don't need more public money. The CEOs, the large big guys, they're actually gobbling up profits right now. They're taking the profits. Instead of them giving more public distribution and share, they're buying it back themselves. That's called corporate buybacks. So when we get into the corporate buyback era, which we're in right now, they're recession planning on the corporate level. Now, Tesla hasn't made a profit at all. This is public record. Elon has a spaceship company too. Elon had, he's got quite a few ventures. Let it be known. I mean, he's definitely in trust, South African, but for some odd reason they haven't made a profit. But people are coming out of pocket, going into debt through a financing company, and supposedly owning a Tesla. That's recession plan. He said I wanted to he might have a complete government subsidy somehow, some way where you can last more than 5 years, not pay, not have any money supposedly be on your books, and you know how he's riding around.
Yep.
You know how he's riding around. Now some people might want to type in the chat, Elon sleeps on the floor of his business. Yeah, Elon's a billionaire and he sleeps on the floor of his business every now and then. He was looking to build $1 billion company. Tesla, I guess we can look at the stats right now and see where Tesla is. As far as companies, I mean, I don't know if they're $1 billion company. I would think that they are a $1 billion company on the books. But once again, they still have claimed that they have made no money publicly. That's corporate buyback. Where did he get the money from? Was it all his? Was it all his money? No, he got private investors. He went to his corporate. He went to the corporate bank. I don't think he went corporate this time. I think he still went private venture capital with some private venture friends, from what we've seen. And oh man, this is so epic. Last year this time, Elon goes on Twitter and tweets out, just secured private funding. It's a huge thing. So he says he secured private funding, and it was crazy. So it was one of those things I saw that it came across through TV. I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. Did he just tweet that? That's something you don't tweet. You just don't tweet that type of stuff. So then within 2 weeks, he tweets again. Cornell, you good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. I heard the noise. I was like, you ain't passed out over there. I know this is a late episode. So Elon tweets out within 2 weeks later, hey, just secured funding from the Saudis. At that point, SEC was on his back. SEC was on it. It was over at that point. These are only 2 tweets that just destroyed the one that was under the radar, collecting billions, supposedly, at least hundreds of millions. And he goes and tweets we got Saudi secured funding. That was a bad move. First of all, you're an American company. You're saying you're dealing with the Saudis. It looked really, really bad. And that was something that they're dealing with.
Yeah, they had to deal with them.
You're dealing with that. That's a go to court move right there. And those are words that How do you plan for the recession? Well, Elon also has a spaceship company. But
Huh.
yeah, so recession planning. He's planning for when people come out of recession and have more money, they want to go to space now. He's catering to a class of people that can afford a spaceship, a space trip for $250,000.
Here's the education on recession. Let's think about it. Recession. You got to keep the economy going. Working people, we're gonna make it affordable for you. It's the difference between the two education. An investor with a plan ain't even thinking recession. That ain't even a word. Because guess what? This will turn the rich into wealthy. So when you see the real estate crash or hear the word recession, it's gonna be a wealth change. Now, if you ain't got yourself in position, you miss the wealth change because they go to education. Yeah, Chris, we know you like them new Lexus over there and the Mercedes Benz. I'm gonna give you 1.9%. You ain't gotta bring me no money. You gonna go buy that car. Add a bill. An investor, oh, everything cheap. Let me go buy this property that would have been 150, Christian. It's down to 60,000 right now. I know this market gonna recover long term. I'm gonna put my money there. That's the difference. You going to buy the material thing when they actually going to buy assets. When you hear recession, your mind should click to going to buy assets. That's what you get by getting around in the right environment. We're talking to y'all, we're trying to get you to see that. Because guess what? We come from the same places y'all came. Ain't nothing different. Ain't nobody at Cornell no handouts. Cornell was working, just like you. Worked at the phone company 12 years. Matter of fact, you look at my LinkedIn because I don't even use it because I ain't looking for a job. It'll probably show you. But when you get educated the right way, you think the right way, now you're building wealth. Conversations I'm having when I said, we talking about the kids. We like I said, we recession proof planning for the kids.
As I listen to you, I think about something that someone typed into the chat just now, which is discount, and it really made me think of when people say discount. People try to discount the education. They try to, man, we talked about this earlier, man. It's so crazy because I was like, and that's so crazy. I don't know if I should say it, man.
I got to say it.
Yeah, better you than me. Go ahead, man. Oh my gosh.
We got to talk about the education.
The discounted education. The discounted is the internet. The discount is the internet. If you want a discount on your education, just read everything on the internet. See how that goes. That's the discount. There's nothing after the internet. Once you log off, there's actually a handshake, a mentor that's going to cost you. And it's an investment for almost your life. Not just for the money. See, what are you in it for? Are you in it for the money or are you in it for the family? The leader, the pioneer, the one that has to take control. We already know the alphas listen. The betas don't.
Yep.
This is people say, well,
like,
you can't be passive aggressive. It's aggressive.
It. So think about how I teach the trading class. We don't really talk about money.
Right.
People like, huh? Talking about the stock market. We're trying to give you the education. I'm trying to get you to see. I'm trying to get you off the TV and the internet. Because I'm going to show you. And you can go prove it. It'll be proven. That's education. Here's the problem. Like you said, y'all want the discounted education. I know what I know, but I pay people for the right thing. I ain't worried about the price.
Okay, here we go. If you didn't pay the money, If you didn't pay the price, how much did your mentors pay to get just that piece to you? Just go ahead and name the price.
For that one program, 80,000, but he probably spent 150,000 on internet bull. He'll tell you that, because he avoided paying the $60,000-$70,000 for a while.
Right.
He tried to go get the discounted information. I'm just being real with you. And guess what? I'm sharing it for little or nothing, to be honest. But it's, you want to know why?
Yeah.
Because you still got to put the work in and study.
Exactly. So like it's like, okay, that's the best part. Okay, you gave him the discounted price, but now what do you think the work is going to be? The study time. The study time is the price now. The study time is saying, okay, no TV. That ain't even hard. Like, there should be no negotiation between TV and money for entrepreneurs or investors. We're talking about the ones that the money's making money for, not the ones that are having to get up and solopreneur and solo entrepreneur, because you know what you're getting there. They're going to solo entrepreneur it until they wake up and the light bulb goes off for them, and they say, wow, I can diversify my portfolio even in this position.
Even in the position.
And it's about the position that you're in. It's about the positioning. The discounted education, man. Man, that was a good. So the work is going to cost you the 10,000 hours. Like, if you all haven't heard the saying that supposedly they ask, well, what's an expert? An expert is somebody that studied the field supposedly 10,000 hours. It's not whether we agree with it or not. We know what 10,000 hours feels like. And after doing quite a few things and done a minimum of 10,000 hours, we know that that's probably a good zone for us to know in this skill, in this field, in this trade, this business model, we're going to have to put in 10,000 hours of study time, of implementation, research and development. That's what Amazon's claiming. They're doing corporate buybacks for research and development. That's what the claims are. Everything's research and development. It's called a tax. It's called a write-off. So you can look that up. No tax attorneys here. So recession planning. We sat in front. Man, I haven't even got going with just even one conversation a day with.
And then like what you said earlier. Don't want to touch on. People come on, they listen, and you think, oh, they don't deal with certain individuals. No, we deal with individuals that move the same way we move. We not scared to break bread with an accountant. I have an accountant. But guess what? My accountant has to understand and move the same way I move. Like, yes, we run across the educated accountant that y'all got to stop putting so much hype on people and go to what you need for your family. I don't care nothing about the hyped up accounting and what he got when it ain't got nothing to do with my situation. I'm trying to save y'all some money here, because guess what? It's ways to get to the money without spending the money if you study and get educated. You may have to drop some money on the right education.
Every time.
Every time. We just know, guess what? That in trust, everybody works for me. That's the difference between education, private education. Y'all think the attorneys work for you. You should be able to direct your attorney on what you want them to do. And most real attorneys don't understand that. So guess what? We deal with attorneys, but they're going to be moving the same way that we move. Account, same way. And usually them to be the ones with the humble spirit, because here's y'all problem right here. Some of y'all are all right. Some of y'all got some money saved. Some of y'all think you have mentors, but it's really just people you look up to because they got certain things. If they tell you no, you walk away from it. Nobody should ever be in that much powerful a position of your family's legacy. That's why you go get educated. and they may take getting some money and get trained.
Man, I even think about the education and how long it's been. And it's such a paradigm shift. I see so many people. They even, someone said that earlier today too as well. It was, oh man, I've really found out that this is truly a continuing education program. Of course it is.
Of course.
And it's like, what happened to the I'm gonna get in and learn something mentality? I'm gonna get in and study it mentality. Where's this mindset of now I'm just gonna throw my money over here and throw my money over there? And it's just interesting to hear that philosophy. It's like, that's not business. Even in financial management, you're still aware of what the investment is supposed to be doing. You're fully aware of what the investment is supposed to be doing. Even if you don't have your hand on every aspect of it. And then, you hear mentors of ours and even ourselves, like, we don't want to be in businesses that have a bunch of moving parts anymore, a bunch of employees, a bunch of equipment, all that good stuff. Minimal. And so, I definitely wanted to give a bunch of content this episode about the recession planning because, I know when you say, oh, it's not something to acknowledge, it may not be something to acknowledge, but it is something where a lot of people in America, supposedly the average American makes $40K. Supposedly, that most Americans don't have more than, $10,000 saved up. These are statistics that,
like you said, you hear my voice. I'm from the South. I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's a lot of millionaires in the South. You wanna know why?
yeah,
Because trade is a trade. A lot of people don't like to get their hands dirty. So guess what? You may laugh at that farmer, them dirty jeans on and all that, but I'm pretty sure you got a couple mil in the bank when, okay, you see them cows out there in that field and they getting 40, 50 grand. But guess what? They out there feeding them that feed, getting them that water and everything else. Just like a plumber that worked for himself. Guess what? He gonna make a couple hundred grand, maybe even $1 million. That person cutting grass. I know people down here that cut grass. They make $300,000-$400,000 a year. So you gotta get the recession out your head. You better go learn you a hands-on trade. But learn a hands-on trade that's a valuable trade that is not going anywhere. What does that mean? Invest in something that's not going somewhere. Christian, you got a house, right? You're gonna always have water in there, right? You're gonna need a plumber. Is that going anywhere?
nope.
Electrician. Is it going anywhere?
Nope.
Okay. You manager over here at somebody else's company. What you putting your hands on? Oh, you getting 80,000 a year from somebody else's company. No value to the company. They say you value because they gave you the fancy title. A lot of people don't look at it like that. But guess what? In the South, you got folks that be millionaires, and they humble. You never know it. Sitting on millions, because they go get their hands dirty. They put the work in. And guess what? Eventually, they ain't got to put their hands in there no more. Now they start building a team. They provide for themselves. Now you beat the recession. Now you can take advantage. And that's something I had to go through from working. Because guess what? Oh, yeah, he said the economy messed up. Man, this stuff cheap right now. I'm finna go buy this. I got out that mentality. It was a setup.
Oh yeah, when the economy prices are low, it's really wild because they play on your emotions. They know you want something cheap for a discount, and all those different types
know
of
you
terms.
want something cheap.
Yeah, and then in turn, things happen where you end up purchasing those things, and the market changes. So, asset accumulation is really, really important. We even see people that, trustee training and consultation otherwise, we see people that have assets And the planning is honestly putting those assets in order. Cleaning up the investment house, household that you have. We did a episode recently about succession versus estate planning, and really that's what you're doing when you come to the vault, and even when you come and deal with Cornell and the webinar for trading, you come for that aspect of life, man, being able to have some type of estate plan in place so you don't look like when we've been coming on and reporting and talking about Aretha Franklin and just talking about the estate and the situation that is being publicly released, and we see this and it's like interesting, like wow, this is interesting that the family's reporting, the lawyers are reporting, and then we see situations where I think what's his name, Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, that guy. Then this guy, he ends up passing and had transfers, $500 million, almost essentially tax free. And he's not even an actor. His royalties from who knows what he had at the investment of $500 million, but it's the fact that $500 million was reported. They reported that they paid the lawyers $200K. These are things that were reported in that transfer of that estate. So being able to have an estate that continues to live on and be able to produce wealth, I mean, that's a major move right there. To be able to be the sacrificial lamb to say, hey, I'm going to make sure my family has this windfall of money and it's in the correct position. So it's not just, recession planning, it's estate planning, it's making sure that, you have that, even that succession plan in place. What happens when you go, where does the money go? Because clearly Epstein, he put it in a trust. Yeah, we saw that one. And then we saw Aretha that didn't do that. And then she had a will that came out. Well, wills are different than trusts. We all know that, right? So that changes how the wealth is being passed along. He did it in a situation that reported zero tax liability. She's been reported where they're going through probate now. At first it was an intestate. It didn't have a will. Now 3 months later, after that situation happened of the passing, the will was reported, and now the lawyers have access to go in and gobble up their probate fees. So now you have lawyers administering the wealth. Well, Epstein transferred $500 million plus, and he paid the lawyers publicly $200K. Her situation, recently we saw that she even has reported now, or it's reported now, that she had close to $1 million in uncashed checks around the house that they're reporting. How does that money go to your family? Guess what? It was her money. And the publishing company that they reported, it's her money. She can't cash the checks. Guess who's going to cash that check now? The lawyer. The lawyer's going to cash the check for the family. Hey guys, I'm going to get my fee for giving you her money because she didn't put it in the correct position. It's just that simple. And that's what's going to happen every time. And we see people that even inherit the house and now they don't know what to do with it. Who knows where they live, so they don't think about other opportunities like an entrepreneur, Airbnb-ing it out. They don't think about taking the property and going to the bank and say, okay, well, I have a property here. What's the value? What can I pull out? I want to, make it better. I want to improve the house so I can rent it out, or I can actually just sell it. Where is that mentality at? The sense of urgency to get rid of something that you really don't want to deal with, or it's an actual asset. But it's an asset actually. Why? Because it's not a zero asset. No, it's not zero. And then when we talk about, once again, the real estate, the depreciation works. That's the business to be in. If it's going to be a money pit, it's a money pit. It's losing value every day because of the material it's made out of. Every property, commercial or otherwise. Getting your hands dirty, I'm going to tell you what getting your hands dirty is. Me driving to every single meeting. Me going to meet anybody that I want to talk to. I'm not going to say, hey, can you meet me here? And that's an aggressive mentality. And Cornell, we talked about that earlier today, was just saying, I'm going to go. And Cornell actually did that. He was like, man, I got to go all the way up there here and then just talk to this person and drive all the way back. I was like, okay. That's you getting your hands dirty right there. Would you agree? What was that, the real estate guy that you went to go see?
The real estate guy I went to go see.
We both had to go do that. We both had to go talk to real estate guys. Hey, oh wow, the 40-minute drive, the 30-minute drive. The 30-minute drive, man. The 40-minute drive, the 2-hour drive, if necessary, one way.
Most people wouldn't have done it and missed out. And guess what? It's going to turn out to be a valuable asset. Yeah.
Recession planning is having a mentor. So in the field. So I need to know when we go into a recession, because we're not talking about going into it, but the pre-moment, the mentor. A lot of people have recently said they don't know what a good mentor looks like, Cornell. I need you to address what a good mentor looks like. Because a lot of people, they're getting sugar-coated the internet pansy. They're getting sugar-coated, hey, set up a sales funnel, and that's how you're going to get your customers. You hear that, guys? Isn't that everybody? Doesn't everybody have a sales funnel?
How many make money?
How many people are you buying from?
Exactly.
You see a lot of the people that are over 35, everybody over 30, over 40 traditionally is not shopping on the internet. You see more under 40s shopping on the internet. We talk to people that are under 40 that still don't even know about technology companies and things of that nature.
Here's the thing that people don't understand about that. These people build a business naturally. Sales funnel don't do it. The sales funnel come later on in the business when a business reach out to you and then set your funnel up for you and get you the business. But that person had to go put in groundwork. That's why most people don't succeed. They fool you. Do you think you're gonna go on YouTube and not produce, and it just automatically gonna give you a funnel and help you? No. You know what they do? Most people, y'all don't even understand it. And I know some of y'all be on the internet, y'all don't even understand this. They gonna reach out to you. Christian know this.
Yeah.
They gonna reach out to you.
Yeah, you too.
After you build it naturally on your own without any help, they gonna reach out and tell you exactly what to do. That's how business works. But guess what? You gonna have the guy gonna jump on, he's gonna make it sound good, y'all gonna sign up because of that. Hey, number $30. Try it out. Y'all jump on it.
You gotta pay to play.
You gotta pay to play. You still gotta put your hands on it. That's what I was getting this example earlier. You still gotta put your hands on it.
Yeah, that's one thing I want you to talk about.
People ask me all the time about my webinar. Let me tell y'all something about my webinar. I have no funnel. You know how I do my webinar? Off request. So I put it like this. People pay tons of money for funnels. I have stood in the room in front of 1,000 people. No funnel. Came to see me. Through somebody else's network. If I didn't show up, people was mad. You gotta build it naturally. So I could probably build a funnel, but it ain't about the funnel. You gotta have a purpose too. Everything we do has a purpose. It's not a money purpose, because the money gonna be there. When you say the money gonna be there, the money gonna be there. I'm talking about trade. Why I gotta talk about money with you when money already there? It's $10 trillion a day. Moving. So why me and Christian gotta have a conversation strictly about the money? We moving on to the next investment because we investors. We are recession proofing ourselves. I'm not stuck and hung up on how much money in here. What I'm worried about is I'm gonna build my plan here. We execute, move over here, execute, move over here, execute. Now the 7 streams y'all read about, that's how it works. Real life. But the unique thing about trading, just talked about it. I ain't gotta touch my investments. But just imagine learning a skill. You can go make what you want to make. You got investments behind it that you might not have to touch. It doesn't even matter when my investments slow down. I'm recession proof.
The way that you said that was so funny. Oh my gosh, I love that moment. That was a moment in history right there, because Cornell, okay, as I know that you're not lying, But in the back of my, and deep down inside, I know that there's a person in the world that may listen and say, "There's no way that he's not that." And the funny part about it is, it's so true that that's the case. I mean, honestly, you know, we've had a great relationship for a while. Maybe not through a recession, but either way, if a recession come, I'm pretty confident that you're one of the few people that, you know, you might actually give me a phone call or send a text that says, "Hey, I made $8,000 a day or $80,000 a day because, you know, things were going well, because you knew that it was a down
And I
market
hate
now."
to say it, but now I ain't gonna say I hate to say it because I share it with people. This is what's happening. I have real life examples. People making this type of money. It ain't just me. Like, it's a lot of people starting to get momentum, starting to take it serious. Guess what? One thing about me, I'm a straightforward person. So if you're looking for the sugar coat, ain't no need to coming over here with us. Guess what? That's how our mentors is. That's one thing. You got a mentor that ain't pushing you, that's telling you what to do and what not to do, and not making you research things. You ain't got no good mentor.
That's a fact. Yeah, if the mentor's not making you research, making you
And make
feel
your own
uncomfortable,
decisions.
yeah,
You
making
ain't
you
got no good
can
mentor.
you. That's a critical one. Making your own decisions. All the great mentors never offered what's considered advice. Everybody that's in the public wants advice. You don't need advice.
And you gonna want, you know why you gonna want, you not gonna trade. You gonna go talk to that financial consultant that you don't realize has a job.
For less than 135K.
But
They're not even making
130K.
135K, and they're advising you on your portfolio at
So why would
20K.
they? Why would they tell you to go do something that they know that you're not gonna need them on? You have them type of people in public jobs that do that. Attorneys do that. Accountants do that. The ones that's greedy, that's what they do. So those are people you saying, oh, your mentors, because, oh, they straight. I know a lot of straight people, but are they really straight? Can they withstand a recession? And from my experience, most of them can't.
You know, that was actually an old thing that, you know, if we were to laugh about it, we definitely have seen that. I mean, the internet, it's been around, I mean, since 2000 to 2019. That's 19 years. And we've seen these guys, they are flashes. I mean, just as fast as they come in on the scene, the faster they're out. With their
A couple months, you won't see them.
with the internet, you know, we're internet business people. We can coach you on your business and teach you how to be a better entrepreneur and all this good stuff. Okay, sure. You know, we talk about making it through the recession, not just teaching you how to improve your marketing.
So people going through things, you starting out, you trying to get there. I'm telling you the most important thing, the common sense factor. Stop thinking somebody better than you because you think they in a better position than you. If you got a better understanding, you are actually in a better position than them.
Right. We got people that come through, they ended look, you all, because you're listening to the vault, you're getting what's considered the private, the 1%. We're that's what we talk. So by that being the case, a lot of times a lot of the vault listeners are even more educated on initially walking down the path of say go private, and then you're talking to the accountant now and the lawyer, and they're like, well, you know, those irrevocable trusts, those things are a myth. Ain't that what he said, Cornell?
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
That's a lawyer.
Now I gotta correct him in the room because guess what? You finna stray somebody down the wrong path. And I had a conversation with the lawyer. Like, it ain't about bashing nobody. We had a conversation with him. Hey, man, don't do that, bro. Like, if you don't, and I tell people this all the time, if you don't understand something, stay in your lane. That's why you can be your team. Like I said, I may not know everything about trust. Guess what? I got Christian there. He may not know everything about trade. He got me there. We got real estate partners. Guess what? Our other businesses, we know how to operate as a team. That's what we learn in these private environments. Real business owners are spending top money on making sure they know how to build their teams,
Yeah, I
play off
mean,
your strengths and weaknesses.
we see that all the time with elite entrepreneurs are doing what is that, like personality tests, learning how to
Personality. Like
team
y'all
up.
don't
Yeah.
understand. Like they dead serious. They would go drop their money and give you a personality test. Y'all don't even realize it ain't about the education. It's about how you answer these questions right here. I'm finna give you, cause it's gonna tell you to guess what? Y'all program. So the test is strong because you are taught to think a certain way. So if somebody finna make a money decision, now they analyzing your decision making. Then you want to know why you didn't get the job. Oh, I got a PhD, but guess what? That PhD can help you on that personality test.
Recession plan.
Now you working the same job, and that's just tripped out thing about it, the phone. 'Cause you had people going to school for things they couldn't get a job in. They found that out when they after they graduated and had a college bid. I had people. Cornell doesn't have a degree, but I worked right beside somebody with a PhD. We made the same thing. I actually made more.
Okay, I think we we're in a part of the conversation where I think this is the planning period. The education, and I want to ask you: do you think you were obsessed with the trading when you first started, like studying it?
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool. I got him to say it. Okay, so you all heard it. He was obsessed. If you're not obsessed, you're probably not going to
You know
produce
how
the
many
same
hours I
result.
said I was putting in, and I was working and running a full time business.
Right. He said I was obsessed without hesitation because
Yeah,
I think if you're
because
gonna be
I heard what was told to me. If you learn this, you're not gonna have to worry about no money. That's why I can sit here and say I'm recession proof, and it was a true statement.
man, I wish it's not that I wish that actually many blessings to you, but I remember hearing it and it was like, okay, that's Cornell. He's the recession proof guy. He's the guy that has the trading down. He's good. But when you really get to that point where you are able to trade and you're like, wow, I'm in total control now. Like, I don't have to think about anyone else. And that is a moment that it will shower your
You
heart.
wanna know the good thing about
You know,
trading? I ain't got to call nobody. I ain't got to bother nobody. I ain't got to ask nobody to get my money. I can do it all from the house. I ain't even got to call my broker. Click the button. What you need? Oh, 5,000. Boom. To my bank account.
what's
But
interesting is you said do a common sense business, and trading is actually a common sense business. It's interesting
it's
that you
common
said that
sense. Common
because
sense
you
in
say you
mind.
should. You said recession planning is not doing the most intelligent thing. Oh, we need to go start a new Google so we can compete against a $90 billion tax free company. Okay, the common sense business is the trading. So how is it common sense, Cornell? I mean, let's hear it. How is it common sense? Because I think once we got to this point now, there's a little sigh of relief of okay, the recession planning involves common sense businesses, and trading is one of them. This might be something I should look into. Especially look, the buy-in for common sense business is $300. Now we sit in front of people and they're baffled that the Chick-fil-A is less than 10. But we know the restrictions with a Chick-fil-A. But
I'm
when
gonna
we
tell you,
talk the
the
buy-in for
my
this one,
experience with business. And this was my approach to trade. Like I said, you can take if you are a serious person about entrepreneur, you should be studying, educating yourself anyway. So I come from a working background. This is why I learned how to trade. Because I seen the phone company get this complicated test. The test was so complicated, I was going to a community college at the time. The people literally said, a lot of folks is not passing the test. You pass the test, pretty much we're going to give you a job. But it was common sense questions on the test. But some people want to be the smartest person in the room. You know what that leads to? Overthinking. But some of them highly educated people can pass the test because they overthink it. Because guess what? Smart business people know how to put something complicated in your face to weave out the strong and the weak. Because when it's complicated, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna even try it out. And I quickly found that out at the phone company. So for instance, you go to school, you get this 5, 6 year electronic technology degree and all that other stuff. They teach you all this algebra and all that. Boom, go out there on the job. Hey Cornell, hook this tone up right here to this piece of cable. Alright, this machine gonna tell you where to go. Alright, go down to the other end. You hear the noise on it. That's the cable right there. Plug that in, punch it down, boom. Alright, phone work. But we just want to do this complicated test. And a lot of folks gave up on the test. And this is how we doing the job. Put a piece of equipment right here, listen for a noise, and go in and find it on the other end. That's how trading is. It's 1,000 different ways to trade. Y'all on the internet. They know you're on the internet. You go on YouTube, there's 1,000 trading videos on there right now. You get all the depth knowledge you want to know. Get in class with me, Christian already know the question I gave all the time. Yeah, this is it. You mean tell me this is it? And it's a common sense thing. Because I'm showing you. They just trick you again. Now what I'm going to show you, going to make you stop watching TV.
I think it does because you're not focused on TV no more. You're like, all right, he said it's in the chart. Now the ones that, wow, I was going to say that, and I know people would be offended, but if you take the study time, then the study time is going to be taken away from watching the news. So there are going to be things when you
You're not
go
going to
to the
watch
trade
it because
class,
you're going to know it's propaganda.
yeah, it's truly proper. You guys.
I ain't got to watch Trump talking to China when I'm sitting here and seeing the child using people emotional feelings with common sense. And my chart still lining up off the same old data from 30 years ago and get me paid. While everybody trying to be fancy and be the fanciest trader and show you the club lifestyle, first of all, let me tell y'all something about trade. A lot of y'all ain't gonna believe it. It's a lot of money in trade. So I'm gonna help y'all out. They be on the internet all the time and following these guys. Explain to me if Cornell is telling me that I don't need nobody to make my money. Why did he go recruit all these people? Then get all these people over here. They start needing help. I can't help them. Let's go with the common sense. We're gonna stick with the common sense theory. Common sense should tell you he don't know how to trade. He just suck at you. And then you get to start to notice it, only thing they talking about is, hey Christian, you need to bring 3 more people. Oh, you worry about that motherfucker? You need to bring 3 more people. They get your mind off the trade. Now, you looking for a handout. Oh, well, we're gonna slip it. We'll get a couple guys to give them some trades and alerts. That don't last forever. Them guys ain't good. And because I put my study time in, Christian the same way with the trust. I put money up. You go get your best trader. When I show him what I know compared to what he know, he'll pay me. I'd have had it happen. And that's education.
Right.
So you go from Cornell ain't got no degree. So, like you said, some people probably think, oh, these guys, man, they already set up. They ain't been through nothing. Cornell has no degree. Cornell taught Ivy League kids a hedge fund. Dropped me a check. The young black guy from the South with the country accent.
Over in Portland. Was it in Portland or Seattle?
It was in Portland.
Oh, Portland. Oh, okay. Okay, so we got that we established a mentor, and I'm really happy that we at least talked about some of the traits that we were displayed as mentors, things that we look forward to and know. Those were people that made an impact for action and putting us in this position, helping us at least. When it comes to building a team, where do you
And the
find your
number
team?
one thing, I forgot the number one thing before you get in there. You want y'all need to really hear this. Because like my fiance, she making a transition from working to being an entrepreneur. Here's the problem with worker mentality sometimes. Y'all gotta learn how to humble yourself and listen to someone that is actually in a real position that's trying to help you. And it's gonna be a harsh talk. Our mentors were harsh. So when you're going to find your mentor, like we said, if you ain't got a mentor that's pushing you, you don't have a mentor. And if you can't take it a certain way, you're gonna miss out still because you're gonna block your own blessing because you're in your feelings. There's no feelings in business. Just know I say this all the time to everybody. There's no feelings in business. So keep your attitudes and your emotions out of it and you'll be okay. That's number one. So now if you want to be yourself recession proof, you gotta think. I ain't even worried about recession. But this man just said he in the trade, you know what? I ain't even thought about going to cut some grass or something on the side if it did slow down off. You know what? I know how to put some sheetrock up and a little bit of plumbing. People don't want to work no more. So you know what they scared by what Trump doing with the Mexicans and Hispanic? Y'all ain't gonna go work them jobs. You're used to the corporate world. So now you're not recession free. Because you're gonna be looking for that same $80,000 job and companies not posting them $80,000 jobs no more. So that's a common sense. Look at the company that you work for and really ask yourself how many high paying jobs you have seen come available while you been there. Or the only jobs you see are the low end jobs. 20, 30,000, like Chris said, like $40,000 a year jobs. Cause y'all don't see. That's why I left the phone company. I can see the writing. You want to pay people half of what you already paying me.
But look,
Why?
the company's posting record profit sharing, what are they doing?
Cash,
Record
cash
buybacks,
profit.
cash
Yeah.
profits. Oh, and they're laying people off.
And laying people off. So common sense told me you got to go create for yourself, and that's the best decision I ever made. I ain't worked for nobody in 8 years.
8 years is a good time to get comfortable. What makes you not get comfortable? What makes you say, even as
And
a
you know the good
you're not in
thing about
survival
being,
mode as an
you know
entrepreneur?
what? Good thing about being an entrepreneur, it gets beyond the money. You always got that, like you said, like ET said, that dog in you. So you're moving on to the next thing after you create this, just because you create legacy, family wealth. It ain't about the money. You can make money at one thing a lot, yeah. But guess what? What if that one thing fail? You still ain't recession proof. That's why entrepreneurs win. They keep on moving. You think Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and all the people ain't invested in more than what you see? Yes, they're actually making money together.
But hold, when you say that, one of my first thoughts, as a public person, I would say, well, you got to start somewhere. They didn't start all of it at one
Guess what?
time.
I I seen who that was. Mark Zuckerberg talked about it. Now the man started the company. He had an idea. He called to me. He called four of his closest friends. Guess how many showed up?
Four.
Two.
Okay.
Two didn't even show up for the meeting. That's worker mentality. The other two showed up. They put a plan together. Took a little while, executed. Y'all hear about Mark Zuckerberg? But go do your research. The two guys that started with him, they billionaires also. But he had to go build him a team. Now think about the other two close friends that was around him that probably listened to somebody else or didn't want to get their hands dirty and put the work in. You just missed out. So X how many times you have not made a move because like with trade. You hear me all the time about trade, like a lot of people that like, oh Cornell, it's just easy to you. It ain't just easy to me. It's easy for somebody that got the right mentality, the right mindset. Because guess what? Cornell has taught hundreds, and it's hundreds that make money, just like Cornell going there and make money.
It's interesting that you say it is really about your mentality and the mindset shift. And I really think about that and I say, wow, if you really understood the mindset of a trader, these are people that actually are very intelligent. They have to think through problems. Once again, we even talked about them being futurists. You know, some people look at the trader and they're like, "Oh man, you know that looks like a great hobby right there. You know, something I can do on the side. I can make a couple $100. You know, I could make a couple $1,000. You know, with that type of stuff. You know, with that trading stuff. You know, I want to be in control of the stocks and the investments that I'm doing. You know, so what do? They go get the public knowledge. They only buy stocks. That's all they do. But then we're talking about the guys now that want to trade. So we see the guys in options, we see the guys in futures or women in futures, women as well. We see them in the markets as well. And now, is it hobby status for you or is it business status? Business status says you're going to make more than the average median income in your area. Because first of all, employees set that standard, the average median income where you live. So if the entrepreneurs are making more because they own the businesses that the employee works for, you can see how much capital, how much opportunity you have available to you as far as thinking to say, wow, 400K, $500,000, 4 million, that's great. Those are great numbers to pull in every year with trading. You know, when you see a Wall Street guy works for Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley, you see these big investment banks, they're making $60 million bonus a year. That's the bonus. That's not the regular pay. That's the bonus. That's the bonus. They get hired to do that. Well, what would you be doing then? You have the opportunity to be hired by Goldman Sachs if you choose to. But once again, Chris, if you're able to make the capital, why do you need them? Well, that's what they hire people, and then they train them just enough to make enough to where they can make a $60 million bonus. That sounds like a good deal. They give them just enough information. And Cornell went to go deal with those guys. He sat with those guys. They had just enough information from their Ivy League education to be able to trade and make millions of dollars a year because they were a hedge fund. They were already over 200 million. Already over that. So the fund is not looking.
Think about that because they're in the right environment. They educate themselves right. They received the information because they were no cocky individuals. That's what they learned at the Ivy League schools. They told me that they teach you that. They teach mindset and being a learner at all times. Not to think that you're better than somebody. That's why they get the high paying CEO jobs, CFO jobs right out them Ivy League schools. They teach in real life. They hate to say it, but guess what? Are you gonna be cheap on your family? Or are you gonna put out for the results?
But I think that okay, here's the call of the hour, because we're past an hour. Is Cornell, how much money is this education gonna cost? We talked about the mentor, what he put out. Now, how much are you willing to put out? Is this gonna take my savings? Is this gonna take my vacation money? I don't have a vacation because I'm investing in my education for my family now.
And you know, we had this conversation. Matter of fact, we'll address it while we're talking about recession. Like the people that took my webinar, they got their own private chat group. They help each other every day. The guy said, hey man, I share this with everybody, but I can't get nobody on board. Guess what? How many people you see talking about trade? Not a lot. How many with trust? Not a lot. Guess what? In our environment, if people not moving with us, we not attached to people. Kind of sound harsh, but guess what? The one thing your friends can't tell you when you make it is this why I gave you the Mark Zuckerberg example. Who gonna show up and do it with you from the beginning when you ain't got it? So if you ain't moving with the type of people, when stuff like this come across, now you're gonna really see who with you. Oh man, don't take that from Christian. I'm sitting here telling you this 1%. You gonna listen to the guy that don't even know nothing about it, ain't got nothing set up? I could show and tell. Guess what? A lot of people on the internet, they ain't showing you nothing.
It's the internet. We're in the reality TV era. This is where people are fronted things. It's called fronts. You
Right.
know, it's called a front. That's why it's more money in marketing than people try to take away from sales. Sales is obviously where the money is made, but the marketing is still critical. So Google and Facebook, they're exceptional at the marketing on the front end. But sales is who are they driving the money to? The companies that do sales.
And somebody asked me the question the other day. I really ain't thought about it because it just, well, Christian, I watch the guys online. I know somebody that make money with them. Let me explain something to y'all about money and trade. Because you hear Cornell talk, y'all, it's $10 trillion moving a day. This ain't even about trade. This is another common sense factor. Ask yourself how many people you know that's in real positions with real money that you see online talking about how much money they got, how much money they made. You wanna know why I know people ain't trading for real and they telling you they're making hundreds of $1,000s a year? The one word I ain't heard was trust. Because everybody I know that start making real money, they operate out of trust. Whether they got an understanding about it or not, once you get to certain levels, you move certain ways. That's why we say get educated. Why am I gonna listen to a guy on the internet that say he supposedly a 6-figure or 7-figure trader, and I ain't heard him one time say nothing about trust? Sound like you might have IRS issues. And then behind the scenes, guess what? We want to expose people to information, but you got all kind of tax issues. So now you're using the internet as your scapegoat because you got a lot of people following you and you just taking people money.
That's a fact, man.
These people are that say they 6 or 7 figure. How many 6 or 7 figure, let's say 7-figure people you see on the internet just bragging to you about how much money they got? Actually, if you pay close attention to some of your most popular people now, they avoid those questions. They tell you they don't want to be on no Forbes list because they quickly learned when they made that first million. If this guy was a successful trader and he made that first million, the IRS gonna see about you. Alright, Christian, I got $1 million, and you know how we deal with the banks. I got $1 million in this account over here in a corporation, LLC, public company. What you think coming behind it? Audit. So don't let nobody fool you into something just because you don't know it Don't go ask your buddy that ain't doing it. Hey man, Christian talk about this trust, man. Yeah. Oh man, I gotta trust. Man, you ain't gotta go through Christian, man. Come on here. Let me get this land trust. My accountant set me up. My attorney set me up on this trust right here, taking care of this and that. Yeah, we pushing the taxes out.
You hear it all. We even heard earlier today from even a real estate guy, $1 million earner in real estate, under 30, and said, my accountant said, hey, we're not at that point yet where we need to be thinking about that. And it's like, wow, such horrible advice. What a goofball. You're not making enough money. Well, if I'm thinking about it, I should be thinking about it. I'm thinking about it and I need to know more about it. And clearly, you're not the guy to tell me about it, because you're telling me that I don't have the money. What do you mean? We're supposed to be planning this and making more money. How do you think you're going to make more money off me, accountant? You make more money off me because I have more bigger books now.
That's the difference I have learned with successful people. When I say successful, the people that build long-term businesses, they won't even respond to you like that. Because guess what? They always a learner. Just like them Ivy League kids were. They taught that. So the first thing they would have said, like, oh, irrevocable trust. More than likely because of the environment they was in, they have heard the term. But they will humble themselves to get that information. Not tell you, oh, Brian, you ain't ready. What? Why you got people working for you, making decisions for you? And they your account. Look at what you paying them. How much money they make?
Yeah, right?
I only think people look at that. I hire people to do a job. Like, not counting their money, but that's a public job at the end of the day. If you still doing the work, I know that you ain't in that type of position because you would have had somebody else doing this work. Why am I going to let you make life decisions for me and my family and you're not in position?
Okay.
I'm used to talking to people that run the company that have a staff, but I got a relationship with the person that run the company, but they not physically doing the work, so I know they're in position. And by the way they share it, I know they're in position. I'm not finna listen to no account that ain't never done it. Tell me like we ain't ready. You $1 million earner, you ain't ready. What?
Hey, Garnell, he's a little bit harder, so he'll talk a little bit harder. He would have talked to the guy that way. That guy would have set up a little bit more like, okay, so what are you talking about? Because then they want to know what. I know my guy is okay. He's okay, but he's like, I know that he's okay. It's almost like I'm okay if I broke away and got a better account. Yeah, I know. Be ready to do that. We live in an age of information, and people say, "Oh, information is power," and they know that they need to invest in it. The education, they have to invest in the information, though. Recession planning is investing in the information that you're not going to get anywhere else. That's where you invest in true assets. The gems and the jewels, investing in intellectual property, investing in patents, investing in copyrights, investing in trademarks. When you all talk about proprietary processes, when you guys, look into those things, that's recession plan.
And we know y'all trying to make. So if you tune in the Christian channel, you are trying to get the information. And I'm going to give this the last nugget I'm going to give. If it's easy to find the information on the internet, that's not the correct information. Because what Christian learn, what I have learned, when you take my class or you take his class, you're going to quickly learn that the information is not online. The nuggets I just got on the real estate is not online.
That was a system. That was almost a proprietary system. When you live in an 18,000 square foot house, that's called the result. So obviously, the process that he showed was the process that got him the result. Now it's rare that some people don't release their entire process, but we can calculate things. You
Hold
can.
on though, 'cause like you said, everybody think we some rich kids that's on the internet talking. What did this man do?
He was a cop. He was a police officer.
Working a 9 to 5. We not talking about a celebrity staying in an 18,000 square foot house. He might become a celebrity because guess what? Celebrities looking up to him and putting him in position because as a real person that got his hands dirty, and when you hear the man talk, he building family legacy. He ain't even talking about the money.
He definitely ain't talking about the money. He's definitely talking about the family legacy. The legacy that initial is all over the place too. So
It's a regular individual. Guess what? Christian and Cornell not looking for nothing for free. I paid the man and went and paid for the information. And that was the first real estate course that I went to where somebody actually exposed their whole team and wasn't trying to upsell you on anything. And gave you open access. I don't have to call him to get in contact with anybody that he deal with. And he telling you some real stuff that you're not getting on internet on how to build a team. I pay for that all day.
he really hasn't released any of his private class on the internet. Like that's straight up 100% private class, and that's the same thing with that's just being honest. He definitely hasn't done that at all. Everything that's on the internet is like
I'm gonna
some
follow people.
foo-foo.
I'm gonna follow people like that. Now, like I said, it's a mindset and a common sense thing. You gotta pay attention. Like I see the dude all over the internet, but this dude right here just said something I ain't never heard. I'm probably gonna go look at the dude that just dropped that nugget on me that I ain't never heard, and give him a chance before I get that dude that got them ads popping up everywhere.
Right, he ain't had no ads popping up. To be honest, that's 100%. He has no ads popping up. There's no pop-up ads. Like he's not investing in Facebook marketing or any of that. That's for sure. That class is privately recommended. That's just being direct.
And I like the passion. Y'all don't understand, and it's because we in the environment. This is gonna understand when we meet these people. These people are passionate. Nobody's talking about money. They got money. Nobody's talking about money. So the reason when you see they do these specials on people and stuff like that, you be like, wow, man, that dude right there came from nothing. That's how it really be for the successful people. They had to go through some things to get there. So don't think that we sitting on it all. We just came from some money, man. Christian came from some money. Yada, yada. No, Christian went and studied it like Cornell. Nobody made me. Y'all know some. I looked at trades so much that I picked up stuff on my own.
That's a whole nother
That later
level.
on and read up on it,
Yeah.
caught it with my eyes, didn't know what was going on, just saw it. Man, that come from study time. I talk to Christian about that all the time. What I said,
Yeah.
you know what, I ain't doing that in the morning. I'm gonna get back up, start trading like I used to back in the day. But I said, I'm gonna monitor this market. Let me see how it's moving. Get back in the groove. Or then they just jump up like, oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and make some money today. No, it's called a business plan. I just studied. Why when I put the study time in, I make people believers. Guess what? And the ones that believe, boom, they killing it right now. Now, like Christian said, now I go from a different conversation. We ain't talking about recession no more. I just learned a recession-proof business.
It's like a hope and a prayer. You hope that it's true, and then when you find out, like, oh wow, like I'm making money every single day, or I'm making money while it's going up, or making money while it's going down. Like I haven't learned that skill. That's a different kind of skill. And you just wow, like okay, this is gonna go on every day. Are you serious? All I gotta know is where it's gonna go. It's gonna do this every day. I don't have to talk to anybody, and I'm not saying you don't want to ever talk to anybody in business, but
But
it
we
ever
talk
takes a
about
lot
the
of
control aspect. I'm controlling my
yeah,
own money. If I want to
yeah,
go and make $100 and stop, I can stop.
yeah, definitely.
I want to put, as y'all said, work. Instead of giving somebody some hours, extra hours out of my day, I want to make $400, $500 a day. I can still go in there and I can stop.
Yeah. And the study time is what really has separated from what I've seen people. The study time, man. Like you say, just put it in and really, obviously, if you study, you're gonna feel confident. You're gonna be able to look for what you're looking for. You're gonna see things that are gonna give you confidence in what you're doing. Like Cordell said, even with the demo account, he gives you like the Trading for Dummies platform. That's what the Trading for Dummies platform is the demo account. And then you get into okay,
We're
we're
not in
going.
no rush.
Yeah,
You
you're not in a rush.
got to be passionate. It took me 8 months before I took a trade. Now I'm sharing you information that people paid a lot of money on. I even paid money. And I'm dumbing it down for you. So you know what the results is now? People learning in 2, 3 months.
But that comes from ones that are putting in the study time. It's not like somebody that's not putting in the study
Exactly.
time. You know, people ask, well, how much is the study time? Like what I say, you know, it's before work, it's during lunch, it's after work if you
I
work.
put this the question when my mentor said, how much is your time worth to you? You ask me about study time, how much is your time worth to you? You gonna go keep killing yourself for somebody else? Because guess what? You don't even own your own time when you work a job. So if I'm really saying I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, that's something to think about. Like, have you ever asked yourself that question? Who owns your time? Your job owns your time. 'Cause guess what? You can't get up tomorrow and you're scared to go to work on Saturday. I said, man, I ain't going today. You getting fired. It ain't your company. Or you getting rolled up or whatever, however it is. But look at me. If I want to fly out tomorrow somewhere, I can fly out tomorrow somewhere. And guess what? Cornell didn't come from money. And out of all places, Cornell is from the South and learn trade.
The mentality of abundance and thinking about getting truly what they're worth in that particular situation or recession planning. When you think about that, if you say how much is your time worth, so you're saying okay, if I study this, I can make my study time worth this much time to me. And that's what you all got to really see or hear. Like, really? Yes. It's with any business. The time you put into the business, people
The
would like to
time.
equate that you're going to get out. It's a business.
And if you have a family and you said, and that's what I respect about the guy with the real estate. That's why I can talk to somebody like that, because we think a lot. I respect, you know what? Cornell made the hundred some $1,000 at the phone company. Quit the job. Matter of fact, the guy I met yesterday with real estate did the same exact thing I did. He played football for the University of Alabama. They gave him a nice little corporate cushion job. He quit it because guess what? He didn't have enough time with his family. That's how I looked at it. I'm working almost 67 hours a week. I'm making good money, tired all the time. I ain't finna do this the rest of my life. But guess what? Some of y'all gonna put up with it like, oh man, I'm gonna do this with my kid till my kid 18. No. I'm finna enjoy my kids while they young. Let me go invest in myself. I'm blowing money on everything else. And I just like everybody else. We can make the excuses all day, but now we got extra money. You can't tell me you ain't got extra money because you can always cut back on something. But this is what Cornell do. And Christian know this. I don't give you no excuse. The Jews I'm dropping on you, the guy paid $70,000 for them Jews. Part of them Jews I'm showing you. So why I gotta coach you into a $300 decision when you spend $300 on something over a month's period of time? You're gonna spend $300 on something unnecessary. It's not gonna add no value to nothing in your life.
They say you gonna spend the money on them taxes. You gonna spend the money on them taxes. Definitely. You know
You
what the
gonna
vault does.
you
They
gonna
know.
spend that money on them taxes.
You're gonna spend the money on them taxes. That's part of the business, ladies and gentlemen. And then when you hear about Google, why aren't they? What happened to Amazon too? They went to court with the EU. Appreciate you all for tuning in live. See, they're set up for the recession or anytime, actually. And that's the way we look forward to your families operating. Christian at Trust Christian. Cornell has a webinar next weekend, the 7th and 8th of September 2019. So not too far out, but September 7th and what is that? 7th and 8th. So recession.
And don't take no break because at the end of the year, because we're not taking breaks. We just speeding up.
Right. That's honestly what's going on right now. The year is speeding up for everyone. So
guess what? These companies finna take breaks on y'all and cash in their profits.
wow, he went there.
We just cranking up. We don't take breaks in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And that's going down. They just going. That's what they want to do. That's their company.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a slowdown for the common man. but as Amazon does corporate buybacks, they are buying back profits. If you make money and you have shares and they go up, which Amazon has, they're buying back value, money.
And they go lay some people off.
Right, exactly. They're going to expand with more automated processes because we're in the age of automation. We walked in. Look. Amazon bought Whole Foods. Look, because we're real people here. Walked into a Whole Foods that's local, live here locally, see the Whole Foods.
You're right. They did that a while back.
Yeah, Amazon owns Whole Foods. So walked into a Whole Foods, traveled quite a bit. So came back to the Whole Foods 30 days later. Literally, the Whole Foods has eliminated 4 people's jobs and now has literally 6 automated machines for you to check out in the store. It was just like, oh wow, that's real. That's called an automated teller. That's called an ATM. That's called.
You know what?
That was crazy.
Walmart do that now, late at night. And
they force you. They force you
to stand in line and use that automated machine. They close all those registers. You know what that means? That somebody got laid off. Like, we cutting back. And y'all know Walmart is not losing no profit because they don't even pay for the stuff they put on their shelves. The people had to pay them.
Wow. All right, we're good. We did enough. Thank you all for tuning in live. Listen to replay. It ain't no recession coming if you putting the plan in place. And the plan ain't about planning. The plan is about executing the plan right now. Plan or no plan, it's better to have a plan working on than no plan and not executing. Or have a plan and not executing. Some type of trial and error is real life. We all learn how to walk. It's the same thing in business. We got to get our hands and knees dirty. Appreciate you all for tuning in live and listening to replay. Christian at Trust Christian is the email. Peace.